Want the hottest takes, boldest insights, and smartest analysis in sports today? Yeah, this is not that. This is Not Impressed with Josh Rosen.
Ryan, are you? Would you call yourself the GOAT?
Sir, that's a real Skip Payless.
This is the real Skip Payless, and I gotta say, you are more clutch than LeBron James will ever be.
Hey, let's go.
Come on. Yeah. Let's go, Ryan. You're that guy, so I just had to let you know that.
You're him too.
Ryan,
Welcome to episode 6, everybody. LeBron James to Philly? Seriously? I was shocked. I thought he was coming to my hometown, Josh Rosen's hometown, South Beach. But it wasn't meant to be. King James has made his decision, and now you're going to hear Skip Payless, Nick Wrong, Bad Dog, and Donald Trump share their insights on King James' decision to play his final season in Philly? Seriously? Stay tuned, because it's going to be a fun episode. Okay, it is now my turn to unleash and unload on LaBrick James choosing to ring chase in Philly? Seriously? In the end, you know and I know, this is just a bad decision. Why would he choose Philadelphia? Why would the phony GOAT choose to go there instead of, I don't know, Cleveland or South Beach or Olden State, where everyone's about 80 years of age or older? I'll tell you why he chose Philly. And had nothing to do with their Philly cheesesteaks. It has nothing to do with the historical significance of that city or the championship drought that they're in, which is almost as long as the Knicks was. In the end, he chose Philly for one simple reason. This is the phony GOAT, LaBrick James, saying, where can I go that's going to be the easiest place for me to win a 5th and maybe even a 6th championship? It's just classic ring chasing. It's something Michael Jeffrey Jordan never did and never would do. In the end, you know and I know, this is not going to work out in Filthy, and I'll tell you why. Because there's just not enough balls to go around in that city. There's just not, man. I mean, Jaylen Brown, he's a nice player. I'll give you that. But between him and Maxey and VJ Edgecombe and Joel Embiid, I mean, who, by the way, you know and I know, he's not going to be healthy come playoff time. But with all those guys, and I'm not even mentioning some of their role players, there's just not enough balls to go around. I mean, LaBrick James requires having the ball in his hands, and he's not going to be able to do that, not with all those guys. It's just a bad basketball fit, but it's the easy way out because he looks at it as, well, 41 going on 42. I don't have to carry the load. I could just kind of, I don't know, sit in the corner and pretend to chuck threes. By the way, I call him LaBrick James because his three-point percentage keeps going farther and farther down every season later in his career. He's one of those rare superstars who's gotten worse from the three-point line as his career's prolonged. Never seen quite like it. So in the end, him going to Philadelphia just adds so much pressure that I don't believe he'll be able to handle, because I'll say this about Philadelphia. Those fans are hardcore. They will get on you. They will get on your ass. I mean, just ask any other former player that's played for any team in Philadelphia, let alone the 76ers, who haven't won a title since 1983. Seriously. I don't think it's going to work because in the end, the phony goat doesn't handle pressure very well. If he was smart, he would have just said, you know what, I'm going to go to Miami. I'm going to just retire in South Beach. I can play golf there year-round. I've already won championships there. There's no pressure to play any defense because of Bam and Giannis. But instead, he chose Philly because it's classic ring chasing, and it's classic, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go to the place where I can win maybe a 5th and 6th ring and prove to everyone that I'm the real GOAT. Well, guess what, LaBrick? You ain't the real GOAT. You'll never be that guy, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And this is a bad basketball fit. Trust me. You know that old saying, there's too many cooks in the kitchen? There's way too many head chefs in the Philadelphia kitchen. Maxey, Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, LeBron, Joel Embiid. I mean, he'll be lucky if he's the 4th option. It's a bad basketball fit. I am not impressed with this decision. And I believe this is a decision, an indecision, that he will come to regret. It took you all this time and all this attention to choose Philly? Seriously? This is how you're going to end your career? Count this guy, Skip Payless, as not impressed. Just a terrible decision, and more reason why he's not that guy, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, and why he's number 9 on my all-time list. Barely top 10. You know it, and I know it. So hold on a minute, Brew. Hold on a minute, Skip Payless. The idea that LeBron James choosing to go to Philadelphia instead of taking the easy road and going back to Cleveland, or to team up with Steph Curry, or to go back to Miami where he's already won a couple rings, 4 straight finals. This idea that that guy would choose to play for the 76ers, that just proves he's the undisputed GOAT. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, KW? So listen, guys. I know that as a Clutch Sports client, which is also Rich Paul, LeBron James' agent, it's his company, Clutch Sports. Some of you guys might say, well, Nick, your opinion is a little biased, but this idea that we would even be having this debate in year 24 and potentially year 25 of LeBron James, this just proves that we're not just talking about the greatest player in NBA history. We're talking about the greatest athlete in the history of human civilization, on the same level as Patrick LeVon Mahomes. You know what I mean? But listen, guys, I look at the Philadelphia 76ers, and I see a franchise that's clearly and obviously desperate for a championship. You know what I mean? I mean, they haven't won a championship in, we're going on 43, almost 44 seasons. You know what I mean? So the idea that King James would say, you know what? I'm going to try to win a championship there. And if he does that, that will be the 4th franchise he wins a championship with. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan never did that. The other greats that people put in the top 10, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, they never did that. So I look at this decision, and I see a guy who's saying, you know what, I'm going to take the hardest path possible in my final season, maybe final 2 seasons. We'll see how that plays out. You know what I mean? But I'm looking at the 76ers roster. I mean, you've got Jaylen Brown, who obviously has won a Finals MVP. You've got Joel Embiid, who can't seem to stay healthy, but obviously when he is healthy, he's a top 5 player in the league. You got Tyrese Maxey, who, by the way, is also a Clutch Sports client. I think that contributed and factored into LeBron's decision. You know what I mean? You got a rising star, potential star in VJ Edgecombe. And then you've got some veterans like KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. You got Anthony Simons off the bench, Dean Wade. So to me, this is a roster that just needs a veteran like LeBron who knows how to win. He knows how to win championships, despite what Skip Payless says. He is a winner, LeBron Ramon James, 4 championships. You know what I mean? But to me, this is further proof, as if we needed any more, that King James is the greatest of all time, because he could have taken the easy path. He could have gone to Miami and just played golf year-round and said, you know what? This is my retirement tour. Whatever happens, happens. Maybe we'll make the playoffs and be a second-round exit. You know what I mean? But instead, he decides to go where all the pressure is, because you know what I mean? And Brew will say this. Brew, I know you know this, buddy. Philadelphia fans are serious, buddy. And if you don't win a championship, they'll get on you. They will get on you, like Perk would say, like back pockets. So this is a serious decision, serious ramifications. LeBron knows this. He knows he must win a championship. And I believe he will win a championship. And I am impressed with this decision by King James. So way to go. I know LeBron is going to win a championship. If not this season, next season, his final year in the NBA. You know what I mean? Congratulations, King, on being an official member of the Philadelphia 76ers. The idea, KW, Brew.
Hello, everybody! Bad Dog here, talking LeBron James. It took about 44 years for this guy to make a decision, for crying out loud. Everyone's going crazy. Where's LeBron James going? That guy's 82 years old, for crying out loud. Who cares where the guy's going? I don't care that he's going to Philadelphia. Philadelphia hasn't won a championship since the Reagan administration. So let's take it easy on LeBron James. Nice player, probably top 5 all time. He's not Bob Cousy. He's not Jerry West. He's not George Mikan. He's not Dolph Schayes. Make up your damn mind already, for crying out loud. So he chooses Philadelphia. You think I care that he chose the Philadelphia 76ers? Back in my day, Philly actually was good. Now you rely on Joel Embiid? I mean, give me a break. The guy plays about 5 games a year. He plays about 5 games a year, and he's not even that good when he plays, for crying out loud. George Mikan was a lot more athletic and a better center than Joel Embiid. And then Tyrese Maxey, I mean, let's take it easy. He's no Ricky Rubio, for crying out loud. He's no Bob Cousy. He's no Jerry West. So let's take it easy. He's no Hal Greer, for crying out loud. Benny Friedman. So let's take it easy on this whole LeBron thing. I think the guy's a diva. He's a narcissist. It's a disgrace. It's a joke. It's an embarrassment that we had to spend 3 months talking about where LeBron James is going to play. I mean, who cares at this point in his career? Make up your damn mind. That guy is a narcissist, for crying out loud. Who the hell cares where LeBron James plays? Next, they're going to tell me it matters where Draymond Green plays. I mean, all these guys are cooked. They're old bags. They got nothing left to offer the game. I mean, for crying out loud. I'd rather watch Luke Cornett than LeBron James. So let's take it easy, all right? Philadelphia, they're going nowhere. The city's always been cursed when it comes to sports. They don't win championships. They got lucky with Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. But other than that, it's a loser city for sports. And the Philadelphia 76ers are not going anywhere. So take it easy, Stevie. I mean, you got my good friend Stephen A. Smith. Stevie, are you with us?
Let me be very, very clear, doggy. I know you like to bring up that brother Bob Cousy, but let me be very, very clear, doggy. This brother LeBron James, he can ball. He's no scrub. He is box office. And I do think, doggy, at the end of the day, LeBron James is going to prove you and all the doubters wrong. When we look from that perspective, he's going to win a championship in Philadelphia. Stand up, New York. Stand up, New York.
I mean, take it easy, Stevie. This wasn't about New York. This is about Philadelphia, for crying out loud. Give me a break. LeBron James is doing nothing, so take it easy. Excuse me, it's your favorite president. So, LeBron James, who's a total loser and a lightweight, he might be a racist too. He chooses to go. I like Mike, by the way. I like Michael Jordan. He's a tremendous guy, great golfer. Not as good as me, but we've had a lot of great golf matches together, believe me. So he chooses to go to Philadelphia, or as I call it, filthy, because it is a nasty, disgusting city filled with rats and all sorts of nasty invasive species like roaches, the likes of which we never seen in the history of our country. I've been trying to clean it up, but Sleepy Joe and Barack Hussein Obama and Kamala, they destroyed the city of Philadelphia, and now it's disgusting. It's like a third world country. It's unbelievable. So LeBron James, the biggest crybaby, the biggest narcissist, he chooses to go to the 76ers for his final season in the NBA. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? What a loser. What kind of a loser does that? You have the opportunity of a lifetime to either retire or go back home to Cleveland, where you belong, or even Miami, and you choose Philly. This guy is weak. He's low energy. He's low IQ. He's going to be playing basketball with another very low IQ person in Jaylen Brown. It's going to be the lowest IQ team in the history of our country, believe me. Their IQ won't even be 7.6, believe me. So it's a nasty thing. It's a very stupid decision. It took him about, how long did it take? 500 days to make the decision? I mean, it was a total disgrace. I make decisions in a second. If I went to play for Philadelphia, we would win 10 championships in a row, and Mexico would pay for it, believe me. So he's going to Philly to ring chase, as he always does. He's going to lose. There's 0% chance he's going to win a championship. And if he does get lucky and he does win a championship, it won't be because of him. It'll be because of everyone else, that whole supporting cast. By the way, great Patriot Mitchell Robinson, who's a lot better than LeBron James, he's going to Boston. He's going to thrive like we've never seen in the history of our country. Boston's going to be a lot better than Philly next season. Believe me, okay? So LeBron James,
He's probably bought and paid for by China. I never liked the guy. We've never gotten along. He's made a stupid decision. He's desperate. He's so desperate to win 6 rings. He thinks he's going to play 2 more seasons in Philly and catch the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Not going to happen. So this was a disastrous decision, a stupid decision. You know, I make the best decisions. If I played in the NBA, I would average a lot more points than LeBron James. I'm a lot better at passing the rock, too, believe me. I know more about assists than anyone. I averaged 1,000 assists per game when I was in high school. Okay, LeBron couldn't do that because he's a loser. So, loser LeBron, congratulations on to Philly, a city that hasn't won anything since the Declaration of Independence was signed 250 years ago. Loser city, loser franchise, and now a loser player going there. I am not impressed. China. It's your man Stephen A. Goldsmith here with Not Impressed with that brother Josh Rosen. And let me be very, 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 very clear. Clearly, my sources were wrong because I thought that brother LeBron James was headed back to Cleveland. I was hoping in my heart that that brother was headed to South Beach. And we all know why I wanted that brother in South Beach. And I'm not going to say why because we all know why. When we look from that perspective, let me be very, 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 very clear. Even though he decided to go to Philadelphia, I got to say, I'm happy for LeBron James. I didn't expect that. I didn't. And as you know, me and that brother LeBron, we don't exactly have a good relationship. I'm not exactly on good terms with Rich Paul. When we look from that perspective. And I see you, Rich Paul, doing your podcast with my former debate partner, Max Kellerman, or as I call him, Minimum Kellerman. When we look from that perspective, I think LeBron James in Philadelphia is box office. Philadelphia 76ers haven't won a damn championship since 1983. That city's starving for winning. And we look from that perspective. LeBron James looks at that roster, and he says, we got Jaylen Brown, that brother. We got Tyrese Maxey, clutch sport client, all-star. We got VJ Edgecombe, who's coming up quick. We got a solid bench and Anthony Simons and other brothers. And if Joel Embiid can stay healthy, oh my Lord, this team is championship favorites. But for LeBron James to say, I'm going to choose Philly and put that pressure on him with those fans, I got to hand it to that brother. I applaud you, LeBron, for doing something I didn't think you would do. If you could win a title in Philadelphia in year 24 or 25, depending on how long you play, 1 or 2 more years, I think this will be his last season personally. If he can pull this off, he will have a serious argument in GOAT status. Now, I won't have him there. I still have Michael Jordan, number 1. But keep in mind, I wrote for the Philadelphia Inquirer for many years. Larry Brown was coach, Allen Iverson. I was covering AI before AI was ChatGPT, for crying out loud. We'll look from that perspective. LeBron James, if he can win a chip with Philadelphia, I'm not predicting that it will happen, but if it does, you will have to consider this brother close to the same level. Or at least there will be a serious argument whether he's the GOAT. So I'm not impressed by LeBron James, the way he's handled the media, the way he's handled me. Stand up New York. But I am damn impressed by his decision to go to Philadelphia. I'm Stephen A. Goldsmith. When you look from that perspective. Josh Rosen here, and my final thoughts are this. I am shocked that LeBron James ultimately decided to take his talents to Philadelphia. And it's not just from a basketball standpoint. We can discuss and debate that. I think it's an awkward fit personally. But I think Philadelphia was the one location that had the most pressure of any franchise he could join. And keep in mind, this is a team that hasn't won, Philadelphia 76ers franchise that hasn't won a title since 1983. These are some of the loudest and most opinionated fans in all of sports. Everyone knows that Philly fans are vocal and loud and trust the process. I mean, since Joel Embiid's been there, they haven't been past the second round despite all this talent they've had. So, to me, this is a lot of pressure on LeBron James. I think he's got to get this team. I know he looks at it as well. I don't have to be the leader of this team because we have so much talent. I disagree. I think he's responsible for being the leader of this team, and he's going to be blamed if they don't ultimately get to the NBA Finals. So I think the expectations are extremely high now in Philly. Those fans will blame LeBron James if they don't at least get to the NBA Finals. And it's a tremendous amount of pressure LeBron James has put himself in his final year in Philadelphia, or his final 2 years, however you want to look at it. But either way, I'm impressed that LeBron James made this decision. And on the upside, if he does win a championship, that would be the fourth different franchise he's led to a title. And that would make him, I think, at least a legitimate argument for the GOAT case. Personally, Michael Jordan will always be my GOAT, but if he can win a title with Philadelphia, he will forever put himself squarely in that conversation. So, congratulations, LeBron James. There's my final thoughts, and thanks for watching Not Impressed with Josh Rosen.
You've been listening to Not Impressed with your host, Josh Rosen. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite content. Yes! To learn more about the incredible Josh Rosen, be sure to follow him at Josh Impressions on TikTok, Instagram, and X. Yes! Thanks for listening to Not Impressed.